Hi everyone, I'm Julius Michael, owner of Julius Michael Scarzell Hair Salon in Westchester, New York. I'm joined by two amazing powerhouses, and today we are discussing breaking into beauty. I'm joined by Tracy Cunningham, owner of Beehive Hair Salon in LA. It is the hottest salon. Tracy is creating colors on every celebrity that we love and follow. She's inspiring every upcoming colorist, and today we get to pick her brain. We're also joined by Kamara Ayunique, who is beating faces across the globe, creating makeup looks that we just all love and we're obsessed with. She also has a line of eyelashes, faux mink eyelashes, that are geared towards women for everyday use and women with alopecia, women that are going through chemo, radiation. So we're going to touch on that a little bit later on because I'm really curious to find out how you came up with that and how it's helping everyone in that world where unfortunately they don't have eyelashes. Yes. So Tracy, tell me, how are you doing during quarantine? What's happening out there?
I'm doing great. I think that our salon is not doing great, however, because, we're only allowed to run at 25% capacity, I'm sure as your salon as well. And I'm finding that a lot of stylists don't want to come back to work. I think everyone's fine. It's like the Wild West now. It's a whole new way of living. I mean, I can't even believe this is happening. I'm so happy to see faces without masks on. You have no idea. I'm so excited. And I feel like all I ever do is talk about this coronavirus. And it's really depressing what it's doing to businesses, to small businesses. And, and then the other hand, it's some businesses are really doing very well during the coronavirus. So, maybe some of the product lines are doing really well, but actual salons are not, and small businesses.
Everyone is hurting. You know what? This is global, and it's not just us in our country. It's all around the world. We're all hurting and suffering. The only upside of it is that we're all in this together, and together we will beat this, and we will be back, and we'll be stronger than ever before. This is a temporary setback in all of our lives and our careers, but we're strong. We're Americans, and we will beat this, and we'll be fine. I'm sorry to hear that about your stylist. I know myself as well. A few of my stylists are freaked out and don't want to come in, don't want to be in the environment, and we're doing everything to keep everyone safe.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you two. I love that big cup of coffee. See, you have a really big cup of coffee and I have a really small cocktail. I'm in New York. It's later here.
Right.
So
I just woke up.
You don't look like you just woke up.
Well, my normal time waking up is around 5 or 6, and I just couldn't sleep last night, so I slept in.
Oh, okay. So wait, this is a great question. What time do you guys normally wake up when it's a regular work day, if we're not in the middle of a pandemic? Like, Kamara, what is your normal set time or your wake up time?
So I just moved to LA, so it's been a transition for me with the timing, but I'm normally up at 5 a.m. And even during the pandemic, I've been up at 5 a.m. because I have to handle business in New York and handle business. So I just been basically trying to stay focused and stay positive and just get up and have my normal routine so I don't feel like there's anything that's like in my mind. I know there's a pandemic because it's in the back of my mind, but then it's like it's in the back of there. Like what's happening is moving forward and just trying to stay up and get going and get this job going and still being productive and positive, Yeah.
And Tracy, how about yourself? What is on a normal day, non-pandemic related, what does your day look like?
Well, I wake up really early. I always have. But I was a mom when I was 23 years old. So it's just, you just wake up early and you just keep going and, mom stuff, around the house. And,
Well, you have to feed the baby.
right. Well, now he's much older. So, but it's just something I don't even know how to relax. I'm a workaholic. I'm a mom. I'm a workaholic. I never say no. I work night and day. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm going to throw this out there. So what is some of the best advice you received that has helped you in this career?
I would say for me is some of the best advice is just to keep going, to not look at other artists to not look at other artists as competition, but more as a collaboration, to join in with others and to do great things together. I've learned to I've also been told to and this is all from not anything that people have taught me, but more of just like what I've noticed for myself of being in the game for over 11 years, is just to move with grace and move with being able to pay it forward and teach other artists the things that I've learned along the way, so that there's not a set of artists that's coming up and they don't know how to move and how to maneuver within the industry.
Tracy?
Well, the best advice that I ever got was focus on hair color, because no matter what, people can't go without hair color. You can always go without a haircut, but you can't go without a hair color.
Yes, 100%.
Best advice I ever got.
Same. I got very similar advice where someone told me a lady will let her kid go hungry before she goes gray. And it's always been
that is one fucked up mother.
I know. I think she's still my client.
No, I would never let my kid go hungry, ever.
No, well, I mean, in a normal world, absolutely not.
Right. Honestly, it drives me crazy how important hair color is to people. Like, it drives me crazy. Like the texts that I would get, the calls I would get regarding how badly they need their hair color done while we're having a pandemic. And we had stay-at-home orders, and I just said, I'm not going out. I'm not going out. I'm not going to go against what, I want, what I thought was, if we all did our part, that this would go away, because you can't look at our government and say they're doing a terrible job, because really, truly, you have to look at yourself, and you have to look at yourself and wonder, what are you doing? Because it's all individual. It's all about what you're doing. You always have to, check yourself.
You're right. It's great that you brought that up, because that's something that bothers me too, which is why when this pandemic started, I kind of went off my social media, because I felt, I'm not working, I'm home. Am I going to post a photo from 3 months ago when everyone in this country and world is sitting at home? And the text I would get, can you come to my house? Can I come to your house? No.
I don't mind you posting photos from 3 months ago. I think it's nice. I mean, we have to have something to be excited about.
Food. So I got really fat during quarantine. I mean, look at this. I look pregnant. I cooked and I baked up a storm, and that's what I posted, because that's what was happening in my life at that moment. I wasn't doing hair. I wasn't doing makeup like you, Kamara. Like, I was posting what was happening in that moment. And the messages, requests from people to do their hair. Is there any way you could sneak me in your salon? No, we all have to stay safe. So I'm glad that I relate to what you just said, because I mean, I love you as a colorist and adore you for many, many years. So hearing that you feel the same way, I'm like, my heart melted.
Aww.
Don't on me.
Can I ask Kamara a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I just love hearing about how people got their start, and I want to know about your company and how you started it. And was it easy for you?
With the lash line?
Took my
Yes.
question away from me.
Oh, well, because you know what? Everybody looks at people, like people look at my life and they think that my life is easy. They think my life is great,
Yep.
you know, and they want to be me. And I always say to them, you know what? Maybe you should look at somebody's career who has more balance, because I don't have the balance that a normal person has. And honestly, I don't think most people can handle my life. I can't handle my life. And I beg of you to look at someone's career who has been able to balance everything, and to be happy. Happy is better than being super, super successful.
Yeah.
You're right.
But
Kamara,
I'm interested in how she got her start.
so am I, Kamara, and I want to hear everything from being behind the counter, because you really started from behind the counter.
Yes.
And then from there, you built your career. So walk us through those steps. I want to know.
So I started at where did I start? At the Beautiful Planet counter in Manhattan at the 34th Street Macy's. And I would literally work in between the two MAC locations, and I would see the MAC girls walk past, and I would ask them if they could teach me how to do makeup. I was like, you guys are fabulous. This is like 11 years ago when the MAC girl was it. And they were mean to me. They would not teach me. They would not be nice to me. They did not want to impart what they knew about makeup. And so I would basically teach myself how to do it. And I felt this pull. I was not a makeup girl. I was not a girl that loved to wear makeup. I was just that girl that was like, I know for a fact, because I remember I was in an organic location of Macy's. And I remember I gave this woman I did her a touch up for her because she was going on a date, and she started to cry. And she was like, oh my God, I feel so beautiful. Wow, you really brought something out of me. And I was just like, whoa, this is more than just makeup. Like, this is really therapy for people. This is something that, like, as an artist, my job is to make someone feel good. And my last name, a lot of people don't know, is Helps. So, I mean, A Unique is my middle name, but Helps is my last name. And thank you. And so it's always been something in me, like, to help others and to help other people feel good. And so the next step was moving to North Carolina for a boy, working for Estee Lauder, not working it out with the boy anymore, moving back from North Carolina to New York, and worked at Estee Lauder. And they were like, you need to bring in $250,000 in sales. And I was like, well, how am I going to do that? I don't even have clients. And by the end of that year, I brought in $350,000 in sales. And then I decided that I wanted to be a better artist. And I quit and went to Mac and Henry Bendel's, opened up closed down Bendel's, went to Times Square, and then opened up the Fifth Avenue location. And 2 years to the date that I got hired, I just said, I'm not going to get stuck at Mac. I don't want to get stuck here. I want to basically grow as a freelancer. So I took the chance and I left, and I was broke for 5 years of my life, for that first 5 years as a freelancer. But I kept moving and kept going, and I started to grow as Kamara A Unique, the brand and the artist. And it's been a wonderful experience. Now with the lash line, that was all, I give it all to God, because it wasn't something that I did not want to do. I did not trust that I can do. I didn't even believe that I could do it. In my mind, I was telling myself, I'm not Pat McGrath. I'm not this person. I'm not that person. But I just knew that I was made fun of as a child for my eyes, and I wanted to basically create something for women to feel beautiful and to help them feel like my celebrity clients that I work on. Because we don't put like crazy lashes. I don't put crazy lashes on them. I put natural, beautiful lashes on them. And I wanted to just touch a market that was often felt left out. And that was the market of like women that have cancer, that's going through alopecia, cancer. And I didn't even realize I hit that market until a few of them DM'd me and was just like, thank you so much for creating this, because I don't have lashes due to this experience. And your lash line, being that the way it's created, has helped me to like wear lashes even though I'm missing lashes. And I'm like, whoa, this is bigger than what I thought.
Yeah.
You know, so far it's been an award-winning lash line. I won an award for Best in Black Beauty for Essence Magazine Award. I was the first Black woman to have a lash line, a pop-up shop at Bloomingdale's, and it's just been like crazy, amazing experiences that it's only been a year, and I don't know.
It's only a year old.
Yeah, it's only a year old. Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. So so we'll see how it goes. The next steps should be crazy. I'm excited to go forward and see what God's gonna do.
Where can people find your lashes?
You can find them on my website. It's camaraunique.com/shop, and you can purchase them on there. And I'm doing a code now you can use the code SUMMER and receive 20% off.
Awesome. Kamara, how did you come up with the lash line?
So it was a lot of testing different lashes. It was a lot of testing because I didn't just want to slap my name on something. I wanted to like create something that meant to like more to me than anything. Like I wanted something that I would use on myself and on others. So I basically was just testing it out for about a year and a half. And then I got forced to pull it out because my friend Julie she's now with Cosmo, but she was with Essence at that time. And she was just like, this has your name on it. What is these lashes? And I was like, I think I might be coming out with a lash line. And she was like, you are coming out with a lash line. I'm putting them in the magazine. So, it's just been creating something that I know that I wanted to wear for myself because I don't like big, crazy lashes because I have these big eyes. So I wanted something that was more, that didn't like attract too much attention, but also made me feel and look beautiful. Yeah.
That's so awesome, and you owe Julie a huge thank you.
I do. I actually named the lash after her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we could just say you named it after me.
Yes.
I'm Julie today. Tracy, who did you let in?
My friend Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
She's not in yet. She was so sweet. We had a plan to go to the Flower Mart today, and.
Oh.
And because this is at 10:30, it's not the Flower Mart. It's like 3 blocks over at somebody's house. They bring a bunch of flowers.
Wow.
The flower truck. So.
Well, you're gonna have
he
to
went
go.
for me.
So Tracy, are you working on any products? Are you planning on launching anything?
No, not right now.
Not right now. You're focusing on the salon and your clients, and eventually down the line, I'm sure you'll come up with something amazing that we'll all run out and buy. I'm gonna have beautiful lashes and some sexy hair product.
I love it.
So my question to you guys is, how do you start to build a portfolio for everyone that is up and coming? All of
Wait, can I say that I work for Redken? This is going to be edited, right?
But of course you could say you work. Well, you're huge in education. I'm gonna touch on that.
Okay, we'll do that later. Okay. Go on.
So Tracy, that really is the one thing that you have plowed through the industry. And I know from my stylists and all of my junior colorists, they love you because of your education. And you're really, really, hi Lisa, you really are focused on sharing your knowledge and putting it all out there. But I'm gonna get to that in a minute. First, I want to know, how does someone start to build a portfolio? For all the juniors that are coming up, Kamara, for all the young girls that are working behind the counter at Macy's or Bloomingdale's, Tracy, for everyone that's just getting licensed, how do they start? How do they break into beauty?
Well, I started off very organically because we didn't have the internet. So I built my career by word of mouth. And, it could be a neighbor. It could be, just walking up to somebody who works at a store behind the makeup counter and asking them if you can do their hair. Just go around and ask people if you can do their hair. And if you know that you can kill it and they have the kind of hair that people are going to say, who does your color? Or who does your makeup, right? Just take a few chances like that. But you'll also have a lot of paying clients that will send you clients. You know, that's the best kind of referral. And even to this day, even though there's Instagram and we have all these different types of referrals. I mean, we try to make sure that all of our staff is on top of their Instagrams, because it really is the new resume. But you can get a client through Instagram, and then you do this person's hair, and then 5 of their friends will love it and they'll actually call you. So it's word of mouth is the best.
Yeah,
I agree. Kamara, what do you recommend?
I recommend thinking of your network as your net worth. So the people that are around you, utilizing the people that are around you. Like I basically, when I was coming up, I would call on my best friend, Justin, who's an amazing photographer, my great friend, Nikki B on hair, who is not like blowing up as a big celebrity hairstylist now. I always opened up my network of the people that I worked with the people that I have around me, because we just basically could create and we just bounce ideas off each other. And that was like I did an art gallery called Ode to Beauty, which I turned all of my clients into art. And we basically built up these beautiful pictures and put it in galleries. And that idea came with creating like with my 2 friends in my apartment during a time when I wasn't working and I lost everything and no clients were booking me and I couldn't afford my rent, but it was like an idea that popped in my head, and having those friends to call on to say, hey, I have this idea. I don't have the money or a budget for anything, but let's make it work. Justin lived upstairs from me in my building, and Nikki B would come over and we would basically create these amazing, and all my clients from like Michaela Angela Davis, Lisa Price from Carol's Daughter. I would sit like my friend Renee from Jeanne, Simone Mizik. So many women would come over and I'm looking at them like, I can't believe I have these women in my house right now, trusting the process. So I think your network, using your network and just trusting and asking for help is what will help grow you and help build you up as an artist.
You're right. How important are friendships in the industry?
I think friendships are super important, but I wouldn't go friendship because you don't want to be too familiar with people. I would be more of just keeping the bridges open and keeping the respect and keeping the love, the natural love there. I've learned sometimes it's okay to not be too familiar with people, and that it's okay when certain people do become familiar. But I've learned that it's to keep it more professional, but also keep it be yourself and be loving and be open to sharing ideas and open to sharing what your dreams are, and having some people around you that can get that idea and be like, okay, I could actually help you build that is awesome, you know, but not being too familiar, you know, too familiar could bring certain things that you don't want, you know, but you want to also make sure that you keep that relationship in a professional way, and that will help you soar.
Tracy, how important are friendships to you in the industry? Because you, not only are you a salon owner with a staff where you have to be friendly with them, but you deal with a lot of celebrities and you're constantly being pulled all around. So how important are your friendships, and do you cross that line of
I feel like my most important friendships are my peers who I've come up with, and we were all assistants together, or they were the colorist while I was an assistant, or you know, like every top hair person, color cutter, stylist, I feel like I'm really good friends with them. Like, and it's so nice to have them as your friends, because I mean, like during the pandemic, we'd call each other almost every single day. Like I'm on the phone with Adir and Chris McMillan and Lori Goddard, and you know, just tons of other people that, and they're like my family. Chris Bragg, all of it. I mean, they're like my family, and I, you know, you can't even get through your day. Like I sometimes have like really rough days, and I need to call them because they understand what I'm going through. Do you know? But saying that, I also love my clients so much. And I've been in the industry for over 20 years, and my clients have stayed with me, and it's so nice to have them. And I tend not to become like best friends with clients. I'm there for them. I love them. They love me, but
You separate.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you have to keep it professional.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still have my best friends from when I was a kid, so I'm not looking for friends. And I have so much family. Like I'm not desperate. I'm not hungry I'm not needy looking for acceptance. And I'm just there. I just want to be there for people.
Well,
I love everybody.
That upsets me a little bit because I want to be your best friend.
Well, you're gonna have to fight Julie Ford for that.
Well, you know what? I'll fight Julie.
We've been friends since we were 12.
I got Kamara on my side. We're taking it down. Kamara's a New Yorker.
I love it.
We protect.
No, she just moved to LA, so we might become best friends.
Yes.
Actually, I would love to see a collaboration between you two.
Oh, we dope. I'm down. Definitely
That
down.
would be fun.
Or at least come over to my house for coffee, social distance coffee.
Now wait a
I'll
minute.
share that.
Pause this right now.
Where did you move in LA?
Tracy?
I'll share that after
I'm
we
moving you.
record.
What?
I'll share it after we record. After.
Oh, you don't want to give me your address right now?
Not
What about me? I want both.
You
your
live in
addresses.
Westchester.
Westchester is not that far. I could start walking. I'll be to LA next month. But I'll be there.
Okay.
All right. So, is there an industry-specific education necessary for our young artists to get started in this world?
Absolutely. I mean, I'll jump in. I'm absolutely. I think the things that's helped me is assisting under some of like the most amazing artists who would have tell me like, your kit is a hot mess. You need to get this together. You need to build it. This is how you do it. Because I wouldn't have never learned if I didn't have that, and I think every artist, so many artists want to move in. So many new artists want to go straight in as, and straight in and be the talent, rather than really respecting the people that came before them and giving honor to that and spending some quality time with them to see why we've been so successful and why we've been in the game for so long and why we're consistently booked and doing great things with our clients. And I think that was part of the problem, is that a lot of artists jumped to becoming the talent, and that's how the rates went down. That's how, so I think I'm grateful for the people that pulled me in and taught me, so that, and the time and the humbleness that I had to, I had to humble myself and pack a kit for somebody and wash brushes for someone, because it taught me so much as a person and as an artist. And also it humbled me so that I knew that when I did become the person that was the lead artist, that I know how to like impart that into my assistants, so that they knew how to do that for their assistants, and they know how to do that with their assistants. So it's like a clockwork type of thing that we have to continuously do. And I think new artists need to be comfortable and need to be humbled enough to say, like, it's like, I want to learn from you. Like, I've approached so many artists and said, hey, I love your work and I would love to learn from you. And they're like, you're Kamara Unique. And I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. I still need to learn. I still need to pick up things. I still need to understand, how did you set this? How did you do this way? What would you do differently? What brush did you use? That's the one thing I miss about working
There
at
goes that
MAP.
LA Wi-Fi cutting out.
Huh? Is my Wi-Fi cutting out?
Kamara, your microphone is not working currently, but I want to hear from.
You can hear me?
Now we could hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so that's it. Just basically having someone that can teach you, having someone that can pull you in and teach you the things that they learn, so that you're able to grow and impart that into others. It's very important.
So, and Tracy, you're huge on education.
Well, what happened was, well, first of all, anybody starting out as a colorist should not go from beauty school to hair salon, which I know that does happen a lot throughout other states. But I think that it's really important to assist and to watch and learn, and also watch mistakes happening. And mistakes are not bad. I've learned from all my mistakes. And I mean, some of my biggest mistakes turned out to be some of my best color moves. You know, oh my God, that just turned silver. Oh, you know what? I might use that one day. Write it down and keep it in my, So what happened was, I've been working with Redken for so long. And honestly, they would have me show up at like the symposiums, and I would show up with all my assistants, and we'd walk around, and they would say, we want you to be here at 12 to take photos with people and hang out and talk to them. And I'd say to them, after like 5 years of this, I said, how come you don't want me to teach a class? And they said, well, you're not an educator. And that is true. I'm not an educator at all. And when Instagram came out, I didn't know what I was doing with Instagram. My name was 4cats44 because I was 44 and I had 4 cats. Do you understand? Like, I mean, that's where I was going with Instagram. I thought it was a photography site, and I was just taking pictures of my kid, my cats, sceneries. I thought it was Ansel Adams. So I called Jen Atkins and I said, hey, do you want to come to Dubai with me? I go to Dubai a lot. I've been going for years, and it's really great. And she said, yes, let's have dinner. So we go have dinner, and she said, let's post this on Instagram. She said, I noticed that your name is 4cats44 and you haven't posted in a long time. And I said, that's true. And she said, Instagram's great for business. And I said, what are you talking about? I don't even take new clients. I don't even want new clients. And she said, it's not about that. So immediately she had me change my name to Tracy Cunningham, and it was already taken because it's one of the most popular names in England and Ireland and Australia. So my name was Tracy Cunningham 1. And I thought, okay, so what am I going to do? I looked at hers and I'm like, what am I going to do? So I thought, I'm going to start posting my formulas. So I started posting formulas because I thought, okay, I'm a Redken ambassador. Why don't I just, I'll just start posting. So people seem to like it. And I started getting a lot of followers fast just by posting. Basically, it was education, but without it, it was like the recipe, like a cookbook, but not. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to just ask my business partner if he wouldn't mind opening up the salon on a Sunday for a color class. So I posted that I wanted to teach a color class, and it filled up like in 2 days. And I called Redken and I said, could you send me color so I can give everybody like a goodie bag afterwards? And I called my other friends like at Framar and all these places just to like get a really good tight beauty bag for them afterwards. And it did so well. I remember going to Naha and having like a dinner. All the salespeople from Redken went to a dinner, and I showed up at the dinner, and these are just salespeople that that's come to your salon and sell to, your community. Mm-hmm. And they said, Tracy, we cannot believe like what numbers we have done because of your classes. Wow. So I think they started realizing that like when you teach people how to do something, they'll actually use your products too. So after a while, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but I don't really do that anymore. And I only do it for Redken about once or twice a year at the exchange now, because I just wanted to prove that I could do it. And even though I'm not a trained, educator, I'm not, a teacher, I still, I think it's better because I'm not following like a cookie cutter way. I'm just doing it.
And what I get from both of you is that you're both extremely humble, and that speaks volumes. So even though you're both not trained educators, or Tracy, you're not trained to stand on a stage and educate to 300 plus people, you will go out there and turn it out because you stay humble and you share your knowledge and you want to see people around you be better. And I think that's very important for all of us to maintain in all of our upcoming artists, to what Kamara said earlier, like stay grounded,
Yeah.
stay humble and hungry.
Mhm.
So Tracy, it's funny because when I first got on Instagram, I was on set and my client insisted, oh, you have to get Instagram right now. And I downloaded it right before she went live, and Julius Michael was taken. I mean, it's a very unpopular name. So I had to create Julius Michael 1. And I've always been like, I don't think I'm number 1, but Julius
I always say that
stolen.
too. I hate
Yeah.
that. Yes.
I was like, I had to put the 1. I was there, and now it's popular, and I have it. So you're like my kindred spirit.
I love it.
I gotta move to LA.
Yeah, come and hang out with us.
Oh my God, please, I would
You're
love
gonna be
that.
so jealous when we Instagram us having coffee together.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
Wait, I just want to say something
Yeah.
that nothing makes me feel. I can't even explain how good I feel when I have lashes on.
Mm.
So I'm so excited to try out your lashes, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I would
And
appreciate that.
I even went through a moment where I would wear lashes every single day to work.
Come on, you got to. You got
And
to.
you know what? When you said that you make natural lashes, I was like, I've got to get this website, because
Yeah.
like you don't want to show up to work with
Mhm.
like disco lashes, you
Yeah.
know, but you want it to feel full. Because
Yeah.
my grandpa's from the Philippines, and like the only thing that I have of being Asian is really my eyes and maybe my nose. But I need a lash. An Asian eye needs a lash.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're important.
Aw, thank
My
you.
husband is sitting here, and he's like, I want them too. And he's not. He's not from the Philippines. He's from Mexico. He has a very Asian look, and he's sitting here, and he's like, I want them too.
Yeah.
I agree
Yeah.
with Tracy.
I mean, you could barely see my eyes if I'm not wearing lashes.
It's funny. I'm not a huge makeup lover. I mean, I also don't do makeup, so I don't really know the science. I don't know anything about it. I love a more natural look.
Yeah.
But lashes to me have always been very important.
Yes.
The same thing. I don't like those spider legs that people wear, and I mean, it's like, 12 in the afternoon, and you look like you're going to Studio 54. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then they blink, and they got all the mascara on their cheekbone. I
Ooh.
love a natural lash.
Wait, what about those glued-on lashes that people wear?
The strip?
The permanent ones?
Oh, see, those aren't. I don't know. I can't speak about lashes.
No, some of them are so bad. They're so thick. They just look like they have spiders in their eyes.
Oh,
and
they
they-
pile it on.
And when it's so easy to put a lash on during the day and then take it off at night, and then you can wear like little lash conditioner that helps grow your eyes. When you take off those lashes that people put on their eyes,
Mhm.
like they
You
have
take
no
off your
lashes. They have no lashes at the end.
Exactly. A
It's-
strip.
I also have like a technique that I teach, and it's my own like a technique that I basically came up with, and I've noticed a lot of lash companies been stealing it. But it works. The technique that I have actually really works for women, and like my goal for the end of this year is to touch 1,000 women and to teach 1,000 women how to apply their lashes.
That's awesome. Where are you teaching this technique? On your social
On my
media?
Instagram, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is your Instagram?
It's Kamara Unique, my name.
Kamara Ayuni.
Yeah.
So my girlfriend over here, my friend Jen, she's like, teach me. I mean, we have the queens of the industry on this right now. Stop talking, you two. I gotta focus. So guys, how do you disconnect from social media? Tracy, you touch on this a little bit. Like, how do you disconnect? Because you're on an extreme level. It's the constant, I know that you get photos from women on advice on hair color. I know Kamara, you're getting questions on makeup. How do you disconnect from that?
I give myself 15 minutes per day. I post. It's a timer that's on my iPhone. There's a timer. And basically, if I go back on, I'll show you guys now. Like literally the timer allows me, you'll see that Instagram is like dark. And then when I click it, it'll say, do you want to set the time limit? And do you want to remind me for 15 minutes or one more minute or ignore the limit for the day? And that always reminds me to say, I've reached my limit for the day. I'm off. I'm not gonna go anymore.
Awesome. Wait, is that part of Instagram or is
No, this is on the iPhone. It's on the iPhone.
All right, I gotta get your phone number and I gotta text you.
And
I'm not
how
and
you know what? When I moved, the move to LA was actually me telling because my Instagram is faith based. I talk about God a lot. I love God, and so I was during quarantine. I was teaching classes Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 5 o'clock every day, like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, teaching makeup classes, doing makeup on myself. Something I'm like, I don't like doing it, but it was fun. We had a good time. I called it my Thrive at 5. We're gonna thrive during quarantine, guys, and it was a lot of fun. And then I felt this like feeling in my gut that I had to move to LA, and I was like, I gotta go sit at. So I told my followers, I was like, hey, I'm going to sign off for the next couple of weeks. I don't know when I'll be back because I'm going to go sit at God's feet. And literally from that day on, I moved, like the move happened in 3 weeks later. So, so taking that time for yourself and taking that time to sit with the creator and to sit with God, it would change your life. So I think people need to, like, that scrolling, it hurts your eyes. It makes your I feel like my eyes get heavy. I'm tired a lot when I'm on there. So in order for me to really get work done and get things done, I have to say no to Instagram.
That's awesome. A genius way to disconnect. Tracy, how do you disconnect?
I turn on Netflix.
I love you. That's it?
No. I'm not really on Instagram that often. I don't really go, I have gone down the rabbit hole, but I don't really do it too often. Yeah. It's and some of the kids I work with get so upset with me and they'll say, you didn't like my post. I'm like, I didn't see your post. I don't really go, I post what I have to post and then I go off.
And then that's it. So
I don't get a lot of joy out of it. I don't find a lot of joy out of it. So I don't do it that often because, but I do have to, you know what bugs me now that I started doing it for Redken, and now it's my job to do it for Redken. I don't find joy in it. I used to love doing it just for fun because I found like a way to reach people, you know, and now it's like you have to do 4 posts a day for 4 posts a month. And it's hard, but it's so fun coming up with the content to do it. But it's also stressful when you have a full-time job.
It is.
Right? But it really is rewarding, and I'm so lucky that I work with Redken, because I mean, talk about a support group. Like, I mean, if I need something, if I'm like, okay, I really need a more matte color for the roots. I need it to be not so shiny at the root. Like, they'll go back and just do it for me. It's so nice. Like, it's a huge company, but it's really a small company. It's like a small little family. It's really nice. So
are they creating custom colors for you? You're designing colors?
All the time. All I have to do is ask. It's so awesome. Because it's a collaboration. I mean, we've all worked together for so long. And if you're not listening to your family, like saying, this is what we need, you know, and obviously a colorist isn't a chemist, so we're not coming up with colors. I can just say, you know, in my very simple way, and hopefully the chemist, who's a genius, you know, understands what I'm asking for. So pretty awesome.
Wow, that is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Redken by Tracy Cunningham. 1.
But it's hard, but it's just hard because, you know, I'm overstimulated. Do you understand what I'm saying, Kamar? Like, and Julius, I feel overstimulated, like with being with clients all day long. Like a normal day for me used to be 30 to 40 clients a day, plus a house call after work. How am I not overstimulated? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, sometimes like I can't shut it off in my head, you know, and getting on the phone, it's almost too much. Do you know what I'm saying? And like I have to pray at night to like shut it down. Do you know what I mean?
It's a lot. You know, what you're saying is exactly how I always feel, and kind of what I live by. When I come home, it's like my safe zone. We all have to disconnect. And I tell my assistants all the time, it's not about being on Instagram all the time. It's not about me commenting on your photo or liking it. It's when I'm done working, I have to disconnect, because we're dealing with so many personalities and at so many different levels, that to sit on your phone and then deal with personalities of people you don't know by writing back or commenting back, it'll just completely drain us. So Netflix has been my escape as well.
Right. And oh, how about how mean people are on Instagram sometimes? Like when the pandemic first happened,
they don't think we're human.
What?
They don't think we're human.
Well, what happened was when the pandemic first happened, so I got really sick right before, like really sick. Like I was so sick that I didn't even try to go to work. Do you know what I mean? You know, when you try. And I went to the doctor and they said, don't panic, but you have coronavirus, but you don't have COVID-19. And I said, what do you mean? And they said, well, coronavirus has been around for a long time. What you have, you do not have the Chinese version. You have the newer version. You have just the coronavirus. And I can't tell you, it was like all in my chest. I was so tired, I couldn't move, but I did not have COVID-19. But I was so sick. And then I got better and I went back to work. Like the first week I went back to work, I did Rita Wilson right before she left for Australia. And then we got word that she had the corona, you know, the Wuhan version. And so I had to be quarantined. So my clients were needing kits. So I said to my assistants, please make a video of you guys doing the kits and, you know, making everything, and so I can post it on Instagram. And I didn't think that I should go out because one, I had been exposed to the new virus, and I had just had the old virus, and it's all in your chest. Like you don't get sinusy or anything. It's just all like it feels like pneumonia.
Yeah, it's a respiratory.
Right. So I said, okay, so my assistants are all out. I'm not feeling great about going out, but I didn't give them all that background of why. And I got so attacked. Oh, you're going to let your assistants go out and you're going to, you know, and I was just like, oh my God, I paid my assistants every single day while they were in the, you know, while we were in quarantine. And I have 5 of them. So like they were, you know, anyway.
You take care of your people, and people outside don't realize you're human. Kamara, you're human. We're all human. And they
But
see
I got so attacked, I had to take my post down.
Oh, I'm sorry. They get very bad. And you know what's very offensive too is that they don't realize they attack your clients, your work, and they may love your color, or Kamara, they may love the makeup, but they may not like that client. And they go on there and they post these comments that are really, really mean and upsetting, because we're showcasing our work. We're not here selling the client. We're selling our work and our talent. So respect our work. Go on that page. Go on the page of the person you are not a fan of and leave your negativity.
No,
Not
you're supposed to lift people up, not tear people down. I would never tear anybody down. I just wouldn't do it.
You're so right. So what are some of the mistakes people just starting out fall into on set? How could they avoid them? I could
Let's see,
elaborate.
going to set because you're doing a celebrity and thinking you're a celebrity. That could be something.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Yep.
No. No. If I watch one more celebrity hairdresser, think that they're super fancy now.
It's crazy. You know what? I love that you said that because it really is a lot. You know, we're not the
we're in the service business. Well, and I only say that not because I don't want you to have like a really positive outlook on yourself, but you're not going to get hired. You're not going to get rehired if you're sitting there taking selfies of yourself and, you know, and thinking that you're amazing and trying to take pictures with your clients. And, you know, I mean, obviously if they do it, that's one thing, but, you know.
You're right. It's funny because I see that often, which I'm sure you both as well. I mean, clearly, Tracy, you've experienced it, is seeing the artist taking selfies or acting like they're the talent, and you're hired that day to not be a talent. You're hired as an artist to make someone feel better. So showing up to set, let's say you get there and you're stuck in a broom closet, and Kamara, you have to beat a face and you have 10 minutes. Or Tracy, you have to hide. I mean, I know that you've experienced it because some of the clients that you work on today are clients I trained with. I was Rita Hazan's assistant for 5.5 years. So I know you have to do highlights lickety split and very last minute. How do you handle that when you show up and it's just everything is working against you?
I would say the first thing I do when I walk on set is I introduce myself to every person on the set and get to know their names, and they know my name, so they're not saying makeup. They know, Kamara, can you come? Because I find that very annoying and disrespectful. I also try to make sure that my presence is felt in a positive way, where I'm okay with whatever they put me in, whatever experience it's going to be. Most of my clients probably will be like, this is absolutely not okay for me. But especially since most of my clients are women of color, so it's just a different approach on how we are respected in the beauty industry or in any on set, and most of them will not stand for that. But if this is what it is a broom closet. Normally the times I have like the light, I will have everything that I need to make sure that it's a safe place for my client and to make sure that my client feels comfortable. I don't try to get all frazzled in front of my client. I try to be that person of like peace with my clients to say, we got this, like, it's okay. Let's just make it happen. I'm going to give you a good beat. We're going to have a great day. I give them the full experience. So I think that's why I'm often booked, is because I used to be, when I first started, was that person like, like getting all frazzled. But I learned as I've grown that that's not the way to be. The way to be is to say, okay, this is something that's happening. All right, how do we assess this? Okay, now what's the solution? Okay, now what can I do? What do I have with me? Okay, I have this. All right, let's do this. Okay, you could sit here. How comfortable are you? Are you comfortable? Because I don't have to, like, I'm good, like hunching, like I'm okay. Let's make sure you're comfortable because you have to do it. But I also do makeup in like 30 minutes. So it's not like a full face could be like a 30 to 45 minute look. I could do faster than that. So it's not like you're sitting there for an hour and a half, like, oh my God, when is it gonna end, you know? So.
And Tracy, what are some of the mistakes or obstacles that our juniors should be on the lookout for? How could they avoid them?
Oh, wait, say that again for me.
What are some of the mistakes people starting out fall into on set, or how could they be avoided?
you should walk into the room and always know the mood of the client, and whether or not you should be talky or you should just stay silent. A lot of the times our clients are busy and overwhelmed, and they should just just be there and do your job. And if they talk to you, talk to them. Just be an asset. Don't be another problem on their shoulders, or I don't know. I mean, I personally don't go to set a lot. I used to, it's funny, I used to do a lot of it, and I had to make a choice. I had to say, I just want to be a colorist, instead of having to, have blocks in my days and during the week, oh, I'm going to Europe on a press junket with so-and-so. And I think that was hard for my clients. So I just had, but truthfully, it was harder on my son. So I had to stop because my son didn't like me traveling so much. But yeah, so I don't go on set a lot, but I do highlights on set, believe it or not.
Oh, I know. You have to. Sometimes you need to be, that client can't come to you and you have to go on set. You have to highlight their hair.
Yes. Okay, I want to, the reason why I was thinking about a question, because she said, Kamara said a lot of her clients are women of color. Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to ask you, and because I have, I always hire, I mean, my salon looks like United, Colors of Benetton ad, and when someone walks into my salon, I like hiring people because of their talent, but I also secretly like hiring them because of their color, because I know how hard it is for people of color to break into, like, say, Beverly Hills. And do you agree?
Absolutely.
And because it pisses me off, like, because the thing
I don't
is
have that many. To be honest, I don't have that many Caucasian or
right, but you can do Caucasian skin. You can do all skin. But the interesting thing about it is that the white person can't really do anything but the white skin. Yeah. And so it's really interesting where, like, someone to me like Kamara, I think she can do anything. Where I think a lot of the times, and it's not their fault, but they, people are limited. White people are usually so limited, and like for me, like, I'm so good at doing all ethnicities because I was raised around so many women of color, and tackling, like, all the problems. Like, that's why I do so well in Dubai, because I know exactly what to do, because I look at my mom and my aunts and my again, like, my family is not white, so, like, we're all different colors, my aunts and uncles, and so I think that opening yourself up to being able to do all types of hair, all types of skin color can really help you. Mm-hmm. So I already know that Kamara can do that, but like, I were a makeup artist starting out, and I was, a young girl from Iowa. I would seek out women of color to start trying to do their makeup, because it's just only going to move you further. But she had to do that because you explain it.
I mean, what I would say is that I wasn't given the opportunity. I'm still not giving that much of an opportunity to touch non-women of color, to touch, like, I would like to broaden out, to broaden my book and be able to touch Adele or someone that I can give them a great face.
Yes.
I would absolutely love that opportunity, but I never really receive it. But I'm happy with the women I have, because the women I have are lit. They're fire, Yeah, like working with Miss Angela, Ava DuVernay. Like I work with so many amazing, beautiful women of, Black women. Um, but I would say that a lot of the things that I've noticed too, as a Black woman in the industry, is that I get hired. Like I got hired I got hired by a really big hair makeup like agency company, and they paid me pennies to teach their artists how to do diverse makeup. And when I gave them my full rate, they were like, we can't afford that, when they could have. And if it was someone that was, who they thought like maybe a Jackie Aina who has 1 million followers or someone else, they would have definitely paid them the rate. But me as an educator, I'm known as an educator on Instagram. I'm known for teaching teaching makeup and imparting my gifts into others. I'm worth $5,000 to $10,000 per class, but I would never get that because they're like, you need this opportunity. And I take it because I need the opportunity to say that I do it.
Right.
I'm excited to see the change and the shift because of this movement and because of things that's happening, where I finally will receive the respect that my white counterparts receive,
Mark, can I correct you on something?
Absolutely.
You take the opportunity because you want the opportunity.
Yeah,
The opportunity, but you want the opportunity, and
and
I want more to come.
Right, because people of color don't get the same opportunities that you get. They are going to give her they're going to give her all of the clients that they think she should have, and not give her the clients do you understand what we're saying? It's such a weird industry. It's such a weird industry. I always, like for me, I don't like going to, I like going to Black hairdressers because my hair is super curly, and it makes me feel better about myself. Do you know what I mean? Because like my hair will look better when but that Black stylist can do anyone's hair. They can do my hair, they can do anybody's hair. Do you know what I'm saying? But they might not get, so if they're with like an agency, the agent for some reason is small-minded, and they might not know that. They might not know that they're good with all types of hair. So they peg them into a corner. I just thought it was a good opportunity to talk about it, because I have so many of my, our old assistants or our staff that, they want to grow, but it's interesting how but when you work at a salon, it's great because you do get to meet people and, oh, can you do this blowout? And, the person sitting in your chair is, so awesome. And they're like, oh my God, my hair looks amazing. And then they tell a friend and they tell a friend, but it's different. Like, she works in an industry where, do you rely on your agent to give you jobs?
Well, no, no, I don't. I literally just got signed to my agency, The Only Agency, which is amazing. I'm so grateful.
That is a great agency.
Yeah, they're awesome. We just got signed a week before I left for California. Before that, I was on my own. I've been doing this on my own.
Yeah.
Before that. So I think it's just more, I don't think it's the agencies. I don't think it's that. I think it's the network.
Yep.
And just like Julius, you reaching out and saying, hey, I know this really great makeup artist. She's awesome. She could work with, just basically being that we've met so far, using that. And then me saying, hey, I know this really great guy. He's in Westchester. He's awesome. Book him. And hey, I know this amazing colorist and she's awesome. It's just basically broadening our networks to building with each other, and building relationships with each other to help, make change,
Amara, you said exactly what I was feeling. Tracy, you were saying it's the agencies, and you know what? At the end of the day, it's all of us.
It's all of us.
It's all of us. We all have platforms.
Yeah.
Just like power.
Just like you working, Tracy, with, working with Rita, you could say, Rita, I know this person is, this makeup artist is great, but you know what? I have somebody that might actually murder your face, or I mean,
Yeah.
very extra with it.
And
That would
give the opportunity to everyone.
And give the opportunity to, like, call me up for that opportunity to touch Rita. Call me up for that opportunity to touch Meryl Streep or somebody. Like, call me for that opportunity, because I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna make you look good. And I'm gonna make sure that they're gonna look good. And I'm gonna make sure that my knowledge and that the experience that they have is going to exceed any experience that they've ever had.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So it's all of us. It's all of us doing it. All of us.
This is from all of us, and I wear this in honor of where this entire world is going right now.
What does it say?
Freedom.
It says freedom.
I can't wait.
Oh,
Because that's what we all need. And together
I can't wait.
You know, we're living in a whole different society right now, a whole different world. I am first generation American, and I my entire life I grew up with that, being put down and not having a role model. My father was a dishwasher. So I didn't have that. I had a child at 17. Everything in my life was a climb and a struggle. So I know what struggle is all about.
Where's your dad from? Where are your
My
parents
dad is
from?
from Sicily, from Italy.
Ooh.
Yeah. So like that drive was always in me to be better. I always wanted to not be my poor parents. I always told myself, I don't want to be them. I don't want to argue over bills I couldn't get paid. And like, I want a better life. And I created that. And all my friends in my life that I have for years, my friend Patrick, step in here for a minute and say hello. This is my very best friend for 180 years.
I love it.
We built each other up. And I mean, he's African, he's Black, and he's my best friend forever. We've always, we just build each other up. And that's what everyone in this country, in this world, and in this industry needs to do, is build each other up.
Yes.
It's not skin color. It's not who you are. It's what you are. It's what you're going to deliver.
Yeah.
We can change, and we will change everything.
Yeah.
We just have to move past all the bias, all the craziness, and just keep building each other up.
Yeah. Amen.
And we're coming to time. Are there any final comments?
This was awesome. Great conversation.
Thank you. Really quick, you two, a really quick piece of advice for anyone that wants to be at your level.
Ooh, I would say just do it. Do what scares you. Do the things that scare you, the things that make you afraid, the thing that is in your gut that you're like, if I do this, what's going to happen? That's the thing that you need to do. Don't worry about what's going to happen. Don't worry about what other people say or think. Don't look at someone else as your competition. Just focus on yourself. Focus on your path. Focus on what you have, what's ahead of you and what God told you to do, and just do the thing that scares you.
Right. Tracy, any advice?
Work hard and pray a lot.
Amen.
Yeah.
Come on.
And my advice is what I tell all my assistants. There's a pot of gold at the end of every rainbow. You do not want to be shampooing for years and years and years. You want to train and assist until you are ready to handle the client, and always look at the end of the rainbow. There's always a pot, and keep that hunger and set your goals and go after them, and you'll have everything you want. I truly believe in that. I've lived my entire life from that. Like I said earlier, I was a baller at 17. I dropped out of high school. I don't even have my GED. I educated myself, and I just brought myself forward. And that's my advice to everyone, is just keep going and going and going. Never stop.
Where's your kid now?
My daughter is in Brooklyn. She's 28 years old, and I'm from Brooklyn originally, and she's in Brooklyn. Yeah.
No, I love that.
I love it.
Yeah, she's so good.
Thank you very much, panelists. This is amazing.
Thank you, girls, very much. Thank you to Glam Hive for having us today. Thank you to Mary Kay for sponsoring this amazing event. Tracy, Kamara, stay safe, you guys. Kamara, I can't wait to check out your eyelashes. My husband's on his phone already. I see him from here. Oh, Jen just bought 2. My girlfriend just bought 2 sets. Wait, come in here.
Oh my God.
I want you to see my husband's. Come here, Art.
Jennifer Russo.
Yes, Jennifer Russo. She's right here.
I just got the link.
my husband.
Oh, hi!
Hi.
Oh, he's adorable.
I know, isn't he so cute?
Now wait, see how blessed you are? You have a husband and a 28-year-old.
I have a husband and I have a 28-year-old.
Daughter. How great is that?
It is great.
So you having a baby at 17 was a blessing. All my friends that happened to, it's like turned out to be such a blessing.
It really, I mean, going through it at 17, it wasn't a blessing because we struggled and, you know, like our parents couldn't financially help us. I worked my ass off. I delivered food in the luncheonette. I worked in the catering hall when my dad washed dishes on the weekend. I mean, I struggled my ass off until I was in my late 20s to make my daughter not feel like she was missing anything. And then finally one day I realized if I don't accept who I am, my daughter is going to not find a man who loves her or respects her. And that's when I decided to have the conversation with her mom, who knew. Her mom was my best friend, and I was like, we can't keep this facade on. I need to.
Are you still best friends with her?
We are still very good friends, yeah.
That's so good. Yeah.
We're actually, she loves him more than, my daughter's mother loves Arturo more than me.
Oh.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I understand because I had my son at 23. Totally get it.
You know
You
what?
guys
And
have been amazing. So
I feel like
inspiring.
a grandparent.
She's like, get off.
I know, she's throwing us off. I
No.
love you guys. I'm gonna message you. I'm gonna email you guys. I have both your email and send you my cell phone so we could stay in touch if that's okay.
Okay, good.
And like when we could fly and I come to LA, I would love to meet you both.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Tracy, where can they find you on social media, even though you're not on it that often?
I'm not. Tracy Cunningham 1
Perfect. Come
on
on.
Instagram.
And it's at Camara A Unique Beauty or at Camara A Unique.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Be safe. Have a great weekend. I'm going to finish my cocktail.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.